Okay, I think I have a good angle now, and yeah, something like this. I will check if the frame is nice on the monitor, so you can have the best viewing experience, guys. Uh, my name is Flo, and I'm the host and creator of the channel Chronicles of Tiny Battles. So I'm glad to have you here if you just joined. And I'm painting this little mouse from the Dragon Trappers Lodge. And today I took my time before going live because I was sorting some details, and I don't know if you can see here. Yesterday I started the cloak or the cape, I don't know how you call that. I've applied a coat of, it's supposed to be matte varnish, but it's pretty shiny. Also my lights are pretty strong, so that may be why. Yeah, I started and I did not finish, so I finished off camera, in fact. And so that's it, the cloak with cool colors. And also I've done the knee pad here, just I've redone, I've redone this, you know, NMM pretty quick because, you know, it's not the main, and it's not the main point to watch on the miniatures. Under the sword here, a bit of brown reflection from the ground. Corrected, cleaned up a bit here on the cloth here on the kind of the shoulders, or I don't know exactly what it yeah, on the arms here. Let me check. Okay, yeah, this and also the areas underneath here. Let me check, what did I do else? I think I did a lot, but now, well, whatever. I'm about to do here the handle of the sword, and also, well, the pommel, and I don't know how to call this area here. Yep. Okay, so I will start with this because it's the harder to reach. In fact, I hope I won't, you know, go too far on this part of the armor, and not to, you know, undo the job I've already done on these. Black, I'll go black with this, and for this I will go with the bronze, kind of the same as the shield here. I can kind of bring this orange touch. So yeah, let's do it. I've contemplated quite a lot the color of like the handle of the sword. And black is the best choice. In fact, I will also use this black lotus from Vallejo to darken the cloth on the shoulders. And just keep the highlights, because now it's dark blue. I'm going to show you. In fact, it's this yeah, strong dark blue here I've used for this area here, but I like it dark like this, and so I will shade and highlight just a little bit, but that would be my mid-tone and not the base color, although it's already pretty dark. But let's see how the Magnolia Negra or the Black Lotus affects this here. So everything is so dark and so close in values that if I just use this dark blue over it, the transitions will be smooth enough, so not a big deal to redo. you can see well, hopefully. Oh, it's still darker. Yes, it is. Okay, let me think about this here. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Okay, so I'll go gentle. Darken this. I don't want to redo the purple parts here, so glazing this very, very lightly. And a bit stronger now on these edges. Oh, wow, still very strong here. Stronger than I thought, but okay. Now I'll do also the handle of the sword. So I did initially I did some specular zenithal highlight with the airbrush in white, very quick and dirty because I had no time at the time when I did it. So that's why you see all these little white dots. That will be no more very soon after the code of Black Lotus. So better framing of the light to bring more shadows, and yeah, I'll have to go over that again. Yeah, this is nice in black. This I think black is good, but the blue was just a bit better, in my opinion. It was well integrated. Now I think the black pops a bit too much, but fortunately the plan was to go back to this with the dark blue, just more in the center as a mid-tone, leaving some areas in the dark. Okay, I have another pass on the handle to make sure I get rid of these small dots. Maybe with the eye isn't very visible, but because it will mostly be seen in a picture, the pictures, they leave no room for this kind of dirty jobs, so have to make it clean Ezerito Kaili. Improvising the accent. Hi and welcome. Was I right with the pronunciation? It sounds Hispanic? Well, at least the first name. Okay, I'm just checking. There is a good coverage of the hidden angles. Maybe more here. Your painting is so good. Well, thank you, thank you. Hopefully I can get better while I continue practicing. This is a journey. But yeah, I really like the dark handle. Also the dark rims on the armor. So it will be a piece of work again to highlight this, but should be alright. Gigi or JJ Ice Joe, hello and welcome. Okay, so I want to differentiate this from the armor. So in fact I will do a warm highlight with this reddish gray, make his eyes glossy. I won't make the eyes, oh well, I mean, I will paint the effects, maybe that they are glossy, if I can achieve it. But I would not have like a gloss varnish, that does it for me. I want to do the pupils pretty rich, and I will see over it if I can continue. Yeah, okay, so 360 of the miniature if you guys want to see. The shield, the cloak, and the front. I'm getting closer and closer to the finish with each session. Okay, I will use this and I will, oh, okay, you know what? I will just first do that with the dark blue. Let's see how it goes. Now that I have darkened the whole thing, let's see. Okay, that's good. And this here, let me check. This is really, the value is so close between the previous coat and this dark blue that there is not much blending necessary. It will be highlighted, so yeah, okay, now I see it's already getting further from the black. Back to the blue. Something very subtle. And then I would highlight. I would highlight, let me think, cold or warm? Surely warm, okay. So I will add this reddish gray to the dark blue for the highlights. Sorry for the shaking the camera. Okay, so first I use the reddish gray on the other parts of the mini. It's gonna be pretty stark in contrast, but it's all right. I will glaze over it surely to integrate it. Whew. Just a little bit, huh? Okay, then I will glaze to integrate it better, but I think not much more here is required. The fingers, the leather. So I want it dark, almost black. Well, in fact, black, but I need some highlights to make it look a painted black and not just a random base coat that has been left unpainted. Oh yeah, this reddish gray is really working really nice as a highlight for this black. Here we go. Gives me a nice warm black leather. So what I like to do is going a bit stark with the highlights and then glaze it back to the darkness, like to the mid-tone and then to the dark. This little dude is cute. Well, thank you. I think so as well. I think it's my favorite mini I've painted so far. Just like the attitude. There is a bit of contrast, I think, between the cuteness and the attitude, which I really enjoy. Too much dilution here, so the paint is runny. So that's the main thing. If you guys really are looking to improve your painting before all the techniques like OSL or NMM and blah blah, just the paint consistency is the paint consistency makes so mastering the control over paint consistency. Yes, this is the key to all the other techniques. And without that, well, it's really hard to get what you want if you don't have the right consistency. And so whether it's a glaze or let me check. Need to focus a bit here. So it's a bit light on this hand, but I will come back. And just like I said, I have a nice paint just for that. It's the Vallejo Black Lotus, which is kind of a contrast. It's a, you know, very dark blue, like kind of the Drakenhof blue nightshade. I don't know if Games Workshop still has it, but it was their blue shade. Okay. Okay, hello. Okay. You know what? I can also do the rims. Okay, I was talking a lot about the rims. Usually I like to stay on one part because I'm very focused. But here, I think it's all right. And so because it's the same color, yeah, maybe just the edge here. Okay. Now I will just add some water. I caught a cold and there was a typhoon in Japan. Well, as far as I know, Japan is really prone to earthquakes and all these kind of natural disasters. So typhoon. I've been several times in Japan, and once, yes, there was like a storm or maybe a typhoon, something. Yeah, I think it was a typhoon exactly. And so my plane was delayed. So I think maybe Japanese people just used to it. Ooh, looking pretty neat. Yeah. With the highlight in the right place. And that's a good amount of life and volume. So I just do with a very diluted paint. Well, very diluted. Pretty diluted. And several coats. Not too much water, so I keep a good control. It's not flowing everywhere. Ooh. Yeah, I like it. I think it was the right choice. Edge highlight. So edge highlight requires thicker paint. Consistency. But this is facing upwards and the rest is facing downwards. So yeah, here it's good to have a highlight. I bought a motorcycle today. Wow. Which one? I was I know just a tiny bit about motorcycles. When I was a student, a long time ago, I also had motor. I've had two. Yeah. The first one I cannot remember the brand. The second was a Suzuki. I remember TUX 250. Pretty light and a good acceleration, so very nice for traffic and everything. Sold it when I moved, but good times. Now my bikes are plastic, and they're about 2 centimeters high. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this side needs much highlighting. Just enough to pretend it's painted. Yeah, the edge highlight. This is unrelated, but do you have favorite Japanese anime? Oh yeah, Shinjuki no Kyojin. I don't know if my pronunciation is right, but that's in fact it was broadcast on TV, so I discovered it as a student, and I would watch it. I had a class that would end at 10 Friday evening, like kind of just dreadful when I was at university. And so when I came back home, it was late. And just for the late dinner I would put on the TV. And that's how I first discovered like Attack on Titan. And so I was first struck by the atmosphere. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. All the hype. It was pretty early, I think. Maybe the first season, the time of the first season. And yeah, I was just struck. Yeah, struck. I was struck by how different that was. And in fact, I haven't read the mangas, but I think the atmosphere in the anime is just incredible, and the music, you know, is full of. I think you just, but I think that's why the anime and mangas, Japanese cultural specialty, I would say, are so popular. Is I think they go very strong on emotions. It's not about the, you know, some people think it's cartoons or for children and stuff. I think it's a bit simplistic, and well, not everybody is sensitive to that for sure, but I am for sure. And I'm always, you know, admirative of the way they can really convey different emotions very quickly. I can go from despair to something like very, like you're winning, you know, like the victory or this kind of emotions very, very quickly, and it's pretty strongly. I think the freedom of the cartoon format exceeds, yeah, the rest, because you can have pretty much anything. But yeah, Ghibli. I think I saw the very famous one. Sorry, I cannot remember the name. It's a little the travel of Chihiro. I think it's the little girl. I think it was dreamy and cool. But yeah, I like the you know, the when it's a bit more rawer. So Attack on Titan definitely has this. Let me check if I have anything that requires black. Yeah, something important I have not necessarily done here is to align the highlight of the black areas with, so you see here, the highlight on the blue metallic has to be aligned with this here. It was not exactly the case, so if it's inconsistent, that will look pretty off. Okay. So it's pretty light for black highlight, I understand, but I will glaze over it to tame it. So it looks black and highlighted. So what's with this huge finger here? Okay, so I think for this, the highlight is good enough for these areas. I will do just one thing quickly here. Make sure I'm thin down. Have a little bit of something here, just like that. Same for this one. I don't know if you can see well. Please let me know. Okay, something here and there. Ooh. Okay. Now I will highlight the. So I mix my gray that I have, like the reddish gray, to the blue, to the dark blue I had, just to have a highlight for the cloth. So here we go. I have it now. It's still pretty dark. I want to keep it pretty dark. So pretty dark. Let's go. Dot for a bit of texture. Yeah, it's so dark it doesn't really require any kind of blending. Like this. Okay. Lighting now. Oh, I removed the previous coat of paint, maybe not dry enough. Oh yeah, you can see the highlight very well on camera. So yeah, okay. For me, because I have the reflection from the light, and the black surfaces are very reflective. So something though, yes, has become way too gray compared to the initial attempt, but I will glaze with the blue once I have established my lights. I'm almost pure reddish gray now already. Yep, it's here. Okay. Okay, okay. I will go even lighter because I will glaze. So I have some deck tan on my palette already, mixing 50-50 with the reddish gray. So now I'm just mixing on the palette. Yep, you see pretty light. Here we go, just in the very center. Oh, maybe it's too strong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's too strong. Okay, maybe here would be too weak. Too weak, is it? Ooh, wow, that's strong. That's pretty good. I will dilute a bit more and kind of glaze instead of putting a dot like this. Okay. Yeah, this should be a bit in the shadows. So it's complicated. Yeah, maybe having a purple shadow would work fine, but okay, I know. Yeah, if we could have a bit of purple in there, in all the shadows of this arm here, so on the left side, that will be reminiscent of the purple that is here, very present. So I think that's a good idea to try to work that in. Yeah, let me glaze the dark blue first. So I will glaze like this. Yep. And now look at that. I think it should turn blue. So I've done the whole area. And now I do just the edges. I wait for it to dry. And I may come with a very saturated blue, very diluted, just to bring a bit of punch. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think I'm going to do exactly that. Blue was fine. Like this highlight, I think it's pretty rounded. It's perfect for the area because you see it's pretty rounded surface. So I like it. You know what? I think pretty good. Let me check. Yeah, I think it's fine. It was quick and easy, so no problem. Let me think. I will reinforce, a second pass just to have it blue in the dark areas, and I will reinforce the blue with something else. I keep the surprise. Right, so now I have, well, except the ring here I'm about to rework, because it's not finished. I have a nice line of light from this here, well, in fact, to the head, on here, the cloak, and then the leather band, the arm, and all the reflection here to the sword. So there's a beautiful line here. Yes, it does look very good. Saying that to myself. So if I say so, like we say, well, I think yes, it's true. You know what? I think I won't touch it yet. I have to take pictures before I decide to check. But I think I get this dark blue color highlighted exactly like I want it. So before I mess with the saturation, I will just take the pictures. But not now, because I have to take the pictures with my phone, and I am in fact filming now with my phone. So technical impossibility. And yes, the man has only one phone. I see people with several phones. Wow, I'm impressed. I don't. Just have one. So you see now I'm glazing with that Magnolia Negra or the Black Lotus. Taming the highlight. It gives me a very nice transition from the black to the highlight. Very easy to do. I will, I think, glaze over the whole thing. Very light, but it does two things. First, tames the highlight, and also the edge highlight pops more. So once again, glazing over with this black lotus to tame the highlight. So that I have highlighted black and not darkened, desaturated brown. That is the reddish gray. Once more, glaze over the whole thing. It's working pretty nice. I love it. I may, even get back to the edge highlights later. Okay, this is all right. Reinforcing the shadows. I mean, that was not too hard. It's not finished. I think it requires a bit of cold last highlight to finish this black effect. Now it looks a little bit brown. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, so now it's glazed slightly. You see this highlight looks a lot more natural once it's integrated and blended. Okay, let me be careful here. Oh my. Okay. Now I will do this first. Kind of the band here that is holding the armor to the hand. Yeah, something like this. Tiny detail But so if you look at it and you see it's done, and then everybody's happy. Let me check. Yeah, okay, again. I love doing exactly that, darkening the black with Black Lotus. In fact, I think it's an excellent paint to glaze over and over with light coats to, you know, integrate your highlights and still get a pretty dark result at the end. And so I have something that looks painted, highlighted, but it's just very easy. And also I think it makes highlighting black pretty easy, while to be honest, black is a very hard paint to portray correctly. But look at this, the highlight on the hand here, and with the purple from the right. And now I think we really got something interesting. Oh, it's pretty hard to get there. Okay, something like this. Okay, cool. And then now I will highlight with some, exactly like I said, this blue-gray that I have prepared already. And I think that will help me have a pretty balanced black instead of kind of a very desaturated brown, which, you know, is fine for leather. But here I'm going for black, so here we go. You see, glazing over and over and over and over again, just to reach the perfect amount. That's exactly that. Okay, now pretty stressful, to be honest. So I will show you what I have. That's the reddish gray. And look, this is called intermediate blue. Really, it's gray as well. But you see the difference? Gray and gray, yes, but warm gray, cold gray. And so I will first mix it, I believe. Mix it with the... Oh, let me check. I'm thinking of whether or not I should mix it with the other gray, to start with something very much neutral in the middle, because that may be too stark if I go directly with the... Oh my god. Had a bubble of air. I hate that. The bubble of air in the, you know, pops. Oh, look at this. Yeah, very dirty. Let me make sure I don't put that on the model. So clean the thing. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem, right? When you have this air bubble that pushes the paint out of the how to say it, the bottle. I don't know how you call that. Okay, yeah, I will mix this gray with the first, so just to make sure it's not too violent. Okay, I got a pretty good gray in the middle indeed. Okay, let me close the door of my office. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, we'll just try this highlight. Maybe I will go even colder. Yeah, okay. Colder. Yeah. So very dominantly cold, but with just a touch of warmth. Okay, let's try first with an edge highlight. It's the safest to test the... Okay, I need a bit more dilution, pretty, just a bit lighter in terms of the touch. Okay, like this. Yeah, I think it's a lot better, right? Brings it back to a black. And so I want to highlight this part with this cold color, just the rims of the armor here. Okay, and now it's the moment of truth. A glaze, and now we have a dot in the center. Oh, I will dilute a bit more again, and have this here. Okay, let's do it. Maybe a little bit here. Maybe it's a mistake, but let's make a mistake. So we'll dilute even more and now glaze on the side. I like it. It just needs to blend it well. Whew. It's okay because, oh my god. Yeah, I was about to say that there are not many of these black rims, but in fact, that's the arms and then there will be the legs. Interesting. First, I will make sure that this works well here. Okay, very, very light glaze on here, so it will also go in the recesses. Okay. And over here, over there. Ooh, I think this is fine. Well, I will let it dry. I think I have a nice deep black here. Yep, I think it's a success. So I don't care at the moment if I put on some paint on there. That's why I do these parts first. Oh, things are right. Of course, I'm happy about it because that's the idea I had, and you never know if it's gonna work exactly what you want before you actually do it, and so I think it's pretty fine. What do you think, guys? This is a bit rough. Let's give it a bit of love, like this. Okay. Haha. think that's enough. Okay, real question. Do you ever go outside forgetting to wash your hands and get stares at like the grocery shop? No. I'm very conscientious. So I don't forget to to wash this. But yeah, I think it would be surprising, right, for somebody who is not used to it. But yeah, no. Always wash it. So if it's standard paint, it peels off very easily. This contrast type is a bit different. She's certainly forgotten, and it was funny. Yeah. Well, I think, it's also a good conversation opener. And I mean, except if you are, with just dreadful people. But, I don't think it's mostly what we have. So in fact, can be pretty interesting to start, open up about what you do. Yeah, it could be a conversation starter, yes, indeed. Okay, well, I think I'm getting close to done here. Digital lighting experiments, example images. What method have you used to learn how to use blue shadows like that? No, I don't do digital. I think it's just started with a simpler OSL. And well, I don't know if this is perfect, right? I would not say it's perfect. But it's just an OSL. And in fact, yeah, starting with simpler OSLs, and I've always enjoyed it. And so I've done it just like the NMM, done it on each miniature I've painted. And so, after a little time of practice, kind of see. So here I had to rework this area a few times because it's a flat area. So the rounded areas, they are the easiest. You see, so here, for instance, the, how do you call that, cylinder and how do you call that, rounds. It's very easy. Flat, requires a bit of sometimes it's a bit of luck to get some beautiful patterns right away. Sometimes it requires more research. Yeah. Okay, guys, you know what? I think I'm going to take a break and take a picture as well. And so I will know if I'm in the right direction because now I'm painting. I've got all the lights. That's the digital check I do, is I take a picture to see if everything is in line. Because, you know, I have the head in the thing and I have to step back a little bit to better have a look. On camera, I think you may even see better than me with my bare eyes, because this is black surface, it's reflecting the light. So if I have a reflection, natural reflection, I don't even see my own highlight where the natural reflection goes over it. So I need to take a picture here to see what I'm doing. I think it's fine. I want it subtle, black and subtle, and so I think I'm pretty much where I want to go. So that's fine. And yeah, so I was this here, mainly the black parts on this area, and then yeah, here as well, but this is more anecdotal. And yeah, I will have the legs later, but I will confirm that my technique works by taking pictures and having a look. You know, I want it black, highlighted, but still black, and so that's you know, the balance to reach. Yeah, when I look at it, I mean, it's all right. It's fine, in fact. But maybe the picture will tell me a different stories or things to correct and stuff. So, guys, if you haven't checked, I have just a new short video. You can go on my channel and you check the short videos, and you will see I put an effort to present a cinematic showcase of a diorama I have made, and it's for the 11th edition Armageddon box by Games Workshop. So you can go and have a look and tell me in the comments if you liked it. It was effort editing, my first really cinematic trailer I've made. So tell me, guys, what you think of it. And oh yeah, you can subscribe so you will see, will be notified for my next lives. And in the meantime, I hope you guys do well, stay safe, and see you next time, guys. Yeah, looks very good. Take it easy. Well, thank you, Almighty Rogues. Thank you very much for your kind words. I hope you enjoying the live, and I hope to see you again in the next sessions.